Fujifilm X-T30 Mark III. Is Fujifilm crazy? Why they are releasing Fujifilm X-T30 Mark III? Why they don't release Fujifilm X-T40? Why when we have Fujifilm X-T50? So let's talk about this now. Hi there, Tudor Matescu here. In this video I want to address the idea of Fujifilm releasing Fujifilm X-T30 Mark III. I really don't understand why they don't call it Fujifilm X-T40. So Fujifilm has Fujifilm X-M5 and Fujifilm X-T50, Fujifilm X-T5, X-T5 and so on. So why there is a need for Fujifilm X-T30 Mark III? Well, using Fujifilm X-M5 and also using Fujifilm X-T30 Mark II and also using Fujifilm X-T50, I was really missing the small form factor of X-T30 Mark II updated. So yes, personally I do think that the idea of making Fujifilm X-T30 Mark III such a hard name, it's a great idea. And personally I would have called it Fujifilm X-T40. Why not Fujifilm X-T40? It does make sense. Because Fujifilm X-T30 Mark III will have the same sensor, APS-C small sensor from XM5. So this means the better AF from XH2S and XM5 in a smaller, lighter camera. So after using X-T50 for a long period of time, I do feel that yes, I've winned at weight with X-T50, but not by much when I'm thinking at X-T30 Mark II compared to X-T5. Having both of these two cameras and also using XM5, yes, we must say that X-T30 Mark II was a more easy to take camera with you. Now, we have XM5, but XM5 doesn't have a tilt screen and also XM5 doesn't have any VF. It's a great snap machine camera, very well priced, so the price it's a no-brainer from my point of view. If you want to enter into the Fujifilm system and if you are okay with a flippy screen and no EVF, get XM5. The price it's outstanding, the image quality it's outstanding, and the AF it's very reliable. But what Fujifilm missed from my point of view is yes, this X-T30 Mark III. So a smaller camera than X-T50 plus the best AF. Now regarding that best AF that it's on the smaller sensor, I really don't understand why Fujifilm is pushing the big 40 megapixel sensor on consumer cameras like X-T5, X-T50 and other cameras when they didn't manage to get better AF on this 40 megapixel sensor. So the AF on the 26 megapixel sensor, it is much better from my point of view and especially for street photography on the smaller sensor. So on XM5, on X-T30 Mark III now and also on XH2S. But big surprise on pro cameras, how X-T5 it is marketed now, you have the 40 megapixel sensor where you don't have the greatest AF that it's on XH2S, their sports camera. So they are putting the great AF that it's on the 26 megapixel sensor, that it's on XM5 on an X-T30 Mark III, another entry camera priced for sure under X-T5 and under X-T50 and under X-T5. So you will get a prosumer camera, an entry-level camera with a pro-level AF regarding what Fujifilm has to offer. For me, again, this doesn't make too much sense. In general, the entry-level cameras are lower in specs regarding AF and all kinds of tidbits. Now, I don't want to give ideas to Fujifilm, but I do want to underline the fact that Fujifilm is missing the point with the pro cameras like X-T50, like X-T5 and probably the future X Pro 4. So if they will put on X Pro 4 the 40 megapixel sensor that has the problematic AF, I don't think it's a smart move. So if Fujifilm managed to have a decent AF that nobody's complaining too much on the 26 megapixel sensor, why complicate the life? Regarding the image quality, again, the 40 megapixel sensor is bringing lots of problems, because you need to use the new WR lenses from Fujifilm that are big and expensive, and they are making from your package a package bigger and more expensive than other full frame cameras. So what we are talking here, on the other side, if you want to make your big camera a portable camera, you need to use the small pancake-ish lenses. But the small pancake-ish lenses don't bring the best image quality. So where we are, yes, we have some luck with the Viltrox lenses. The Viltrox lenses, from my point of view, are resolving the 40 megapixel sensor without any problems. They have pretty fast AF, they have very good aperture, the price is outstanding, the size and the compactness are outstanding for what it is, and the image quality, of course, it is very, very good. But we are missing the metal build, and also we are missing an aperture ring. So again, where we are, and this isn't a problem introduced by the third-party manufacturers, this problem is introduced by Fujifilm, because they are pushing this 40 megapixel sensor on all these cameras, and this 40 megapixel sensor, from my point of view, it's not delivering at this present day and at this present technology. I do think that this 40 megapixel sensor, probably it will shine on the next generation of Fujifilm cameras, where they will manage to make the AF better. So on X-T6 or on X-T7, so on XE7, on X Pro 7, then I think we will enjoy the 40 megapixel sensor with good AF, if they will not want to make a 60 megapixel sensor and they will introduce another problem into the equation. So the idea here for Fujifilm X-T30 Mark III, it is this: you have the best sensor with the best AF that Fujifilm can offer at this present time. And yes, the best sensor with the best AF, this combo, it is represented by the Fujifilm 26 megapixel sensor and the latest X-Lens processor. Yes, you'll not have the resolution of the 40 megapixel sensor, and from there to there you lose a little bit of resolution and details, but you will not be able to observe these things. You will really not be able to observe these things if you use a good lens, a Viltrox lens, or a Pro Viltrox lens, or even a WR Fujifilm lens. The WR Fujifilm lenses are rendering on the 26-24 megapixel sensor great, amazing images. So I really do feel that with the old 26 small megapixel sensor, you really win a lot. So X-T30 Mark III, I do feel that if you are informed, it will be the best camera to get from Fujifilm when it will be launched. It will be much better deal than XE5 and other cameras, and also than XM5, because you'll have a tilt screen and also an EVF. Yes, it will not look like an XE5. So what? You'll have a very portable, light camera with the best sensor that Fujifilm can offer regarding AF and image quality. And any lens you'll put on the 26 megapixel sensor, it will shine. And from my point of view, again, I really do feel that the Pro lenses are rendering even nicer on this small sensor. So overall, I do feel that you'll just win with X-T30 Mark III. Now, the only question that remains is what kind of compromises Fujifilm will make with X-T30 Mark III. Will they keep the build quality? Will they make it plastic? Will they make the wheels and dials not so good? On X-T50, the film dial, it's very easy to be rotated. Not ultra easy, but pretty easy. Also, I bumped my exposure dial, and from what I remember, this problem was also on X-T30, because the wheels and the dials aren't at the level and the quality of an X-T3, X Pro 3, X-T5 wheels and dials. But overall, I'm really optimistic regarding this X-T30 Mark III, that for a street photographer, I think it will be the best buy regarding Fujifilm cameras. Definitely. And I didn't talk yet about the zoom lens that it will come out, that for what I'm seeing, it will be a very useful lens for videography, and that lens isn't in the kit of XM5 for the moment. But anyway, a real nice camera that I really do think it will be very practical for many people, and especially for many street photographers. By the way, if you want to make better photos, you must know that it's not about the gear. It's about composition, it's about light, it's about seeing with your eyes and pre-visualizing the picture. So for this, I've recently launched a course with my techniques to get better pictures. So if you want to learn to make better pictures and especially composition, why not join my Photography Academy? To get access to my course, you must be subscribed to my channel and join my membership Photography Academy level. When you'll have that level, you'll have access to my street photography composition course, where I show you how I am making the pictures and where I teach you how to make the same picture. So I'm telling you why a picture is good and why it's working and why I've decided to keep it in color or to keep it in black. So you learn lots of tips and techniques if you are joining the membership program. And more than that, joining my membership, it means that any premium course that I will launch, you'll have access to it. So join now my TM Photography Academy by subscribing to my channel and hit the join button from YouTube. So I'm really excited regarding this X-T30 Mark III. Really excited, because if it will be as small as X-T30 Mark II with the latest AF, boom, a portable everyday carry camera, that for sure it will make me question my X-T50. But for future comparison, please be sure to subscribe now to my channel, like this video, subscribe to my newsletter for more photography tips and tricks. Use my affiliate links in the comments and description to get something from the gear that I'm using from Amazon and B&H. And what is free and is helping this channel to grow, it is to watch my next videos. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.